I want to tell you a secret tonight. I'm not supposed to share it as the secrets of rabbinical school, but I'm going to let you know too. And I'm thinking about it because I spoke this week, last week. I don't know. Time is a slinky. It has no meaning. I spoke sometime relatively recently with our new intern who will start technically in September, and towards the end of August, Jolie Bothus, who's going to be our cantorial intern, she's going to be giving the sermon on the second day of Rosh Hashanah. So I wanted to talk to her a little bit about giving sermons, as we take a class in sermon writing in rabbinical school. It's called homiletics, and she hasn't taken homiletics yet, so I want to give her a little primer into some of the ways to think about sermon writing. This is the secret. One of the strategies, one of the tools that you can use when writing a sermon is tell them what you're going to tell them what you told them. Tell them what you're going to tell them what you told them. So I said, Jolie, here, if you're not sure what to do, here's a way in. And every time you share the message, it changes a little bit. Right? It gives added depth or context or meaning, or an extra little sprinkle of something that deepens and thickens and strengthens the message. And this week, that's what Moses is doing. We start this week the book of Deuteronomy, where Moses, way back, God told Moses what to say. Moses said it, and now Moses is going to tell us what he said and did. That's Deuteronomy. It's a retelling of the story. The Hebrew word is devarim, which means words. Deuteronomy is deutero, twice, nomos, words. The words again. But when Moses retells it, he adds a little something. And at the beginning of the retelling that happens this week, Moses talks about leadership. He talks about the fact that the people were too many and he couldn't handle all of it, so he needed leaders. So he asked them to find leaders, and then he anointed them. And here's what he said to find people who had chokhmah, binah, and da'at, which means find people who are smart, and smart. And obviously, each word has a little bit of texture or meaning, but there's a different, there are different kinds of intellect. There are different kinds of wisdom and smarts. We each have different kinds of genius that we carry. And he asked them to find leaders who had a range of geniuses to help step forward to guide and strengthen the people as they wandered for these 40 years. He asked them to find people who had chokhmah. Chokhmah's, sometimes it's like smart, like a Talmid Chacham is like the good straight A student. But chokhmah is also wisdom. It's in the mystical tradition, chokhmah is contemporaneous with Torah and makes for creation. It's this primordial thing that exists before all things that God taps into to make the universe. We need people with kind of an otherworldly wisdom, chokhmah. Binah is understanding. It's like something social and relational about understanding. Not just wise and smart, but who can get it. And da'at is knowledge. There's technical skill. There's stuff you got to know. We need wisdom, understanding, and knowledge to lead. That's what we said way back in Exodus. But now when Moses retells the story, he adds a little bit of something. After you find the leaders who are smart, and smart, I'm gonna enjoin upon them. Moses commands. Moses gives them direction about what it means to lead. And what he says kind of sets the course for the book of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy has a moral valence to it. Deuteronomy is not just concerned about what we do, but it's concerned about the moral quality of the people. of how we function as a community. He says you want people who can use discretion in their leadership, who won't enter into decision-making with bias, who will hear poor and rich alike and won't be partial in decision-making, who won't take bribes, who will do what's right for the people, who will have mishpat tzedek, a righteous decision-making power. It's not enough to just be smart, to have all the technical skills and the wisdom and the understanding. There's also a care and an attention that Moses calls us to notice the impact of our decisions, to make sure that we're not just using our skill for our own gain, but using what we know and what we understand and learn and can hold about our people. And when we make decisions, make sure that they attend to and care for all of us. As we retell our stories, as we tell our stories again and again and again, we have this opportunity to imagine again what they're for. What do we want to infuse and retell our stories with? Moses is on the bank of the Jordan River, Me'ever HaYarden, on the other side of the Jordan, getting ready for the people to enter and conquest and set up this nation that they've been dreaming about for hundreds of years. And he tells them when it's time to find your leaders, make sure that they're attentive to stranger and citizen alike, he says. When you make your decisions for your brothers or for the stranger, show no partiality. Judge rich and poor, powerful and meek alike. Part of what we're going to do this year, and I've shared it from the Bima a little. I sent you an email about it. I'm feeling really jazzed about the whole project. And I had a meeting earlier today with a number of faith leaders from across White Plains. We're going to look back at some of our American stories and our American texts and read them and tell them again. And as we sit here in this moment, infuse them with our vision of who we are and who we hope to be. That's our gift. That's our opportunity as people who inherit stories, as people who have a theological and cultural DNA that demands that we tell our stories again and again and again, and each time we tell them, to infuse them with the moment that we're sitting in and the aspirations and dreams that we hold together. You'll get more information in a couple weeks once we've settled out all the dates. But we'll come together and dream about, not from a lens of politics and political decision-making, but from aspiration and community and identity of who we are and who we hope to be. We'll come together across difference, stranger and brothers and sisters alike, to tell the stories, tap into our wisdoms, and dream together through a lens of care, of justice, and of fair decision-making amongst our people and our fellows. And through that, be able to dream again and get ready for whatever the next stages of our journey will call us towards. We begin this week this sacred retelling where we get to reimagine the stories going forward, tap into our history, and dream about the future. That's who and what we are as a spiritual people, as a Jewish people, and as a human family. People who tell stories and dream and aspire together. May we be worthy of the stories we inherit and the dreams that we dream together. Shabbat Shalom.